Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to be replacing my headlight bulbs on my 2013 Mazda 3. I'm replacing my headlights today because I've been driving around at night lately and I've noticed that my headlights are pretty dim. And considering that I've had the car for about 2 years and I don't know when these headlights were last replaced, I'm going to just go ahead and replace them, just considering how dim they are. Typically headlights are said to last between 2 to 4 years. And I've had this car for about 2 years and I haven't replaced the headlights since I've had the car, and I don't know when they were last replaced. So I'm going to go ahead and replace them before they go out on me. For the low beam headlight, the projectors, I'm going to be using Sylvania's SilverStar Ultra headlight. For Mazda 3s made between 2010 and 2013, they use the H11 size. And then for the high beam headlight, I'm going to be using Sylvania's Basic. Once again, from Mazda 3s made from 2010 to 2013, they use the 9005 size. So the reason why I'm going with the SilverStar Ultra for my low beam headlights is mainly because of the whiter color. This is more of a cooler white color than their other bulbs, which I think is going to match very well with the blue ring around the low beam headlight. And also these are said to be their brightest headlight that they make. For that reason, I would have gone with the SilverStar ZXE headlights, but I've heard some very negative reviews around them, and I've heard that these are much better value for what they cost. The ZXE headlights cost $20 more over these, and they're said to be not as bright, and they also barely last. They said a lot of people are saying that they only get about 6 months out of them. Life-wise, people are saying they're getting a lot more out of these SilverStar Ultras, and so I figured this is going to be the better way to go, especially because they're brighter and I'm having trouble with the brightness of my headlights right now. So I think these are going to work out very well for me. We're going to be using Sylvania's Basic on the high beam just to show you the difference between an old and a new headlight. The high beam headlights are actually these Sylvania Basics. Obviously they're worn out or whatever, so we're going to be able to show you the difference between a new headlight bulb and an old headlight bulb. Before we get started, I'm going to show you what the current headlights look like. They look pretty bright on camera and in person, but when you actually drive with them, you can't see a whole lot with them. And there's the high beam. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so here's a comparison of what the headlight bulbs look like. On the left side, that's the low beam headlights. That's the old one, and that is the new SilverStar Ultra. And then over here, this one right here is the old Sylvania bulb, and then this one is the new Sylvania bulb, the high beam. Let's go ahead and install them. Alright, so here we are comparing the old headlight bulbs versus the new SilverStar Ultras. So this side is the SilverStar Ultras. I just installed them. And the other side is the old headlight bulb. And here's a comparison between the old high beam and the new high beam. Let's go ahead and replace the other side now. Just for the record, I'm just showing you guys that the high beam bulbs are exactly the same, as you can see. So that's obviously the old bulb, that's the worn out bulb from this headlight, and this is the new headlight bulb that's going to be going in on the other side. And as you can see, they're the same headlight. This is to show you the difference between an old worn out headlight and a brand new headlight, and how much brighter the new one is over the old one. Alright, so the new headlights are in, and this is what they look like. So the whole reason you would buy SilverStar Ultras is because they're supposed to be a brighter and a whiter light compared to the basic headlight bulbs. So of course the high beam bulbs, like I said earlier, are the basic bulbs, and the low beam headlights are the SilverStar Ultras. And upon first glance, the SilverStar Ultras definitely seem to be brighter than the old low beam headlights were, but that just could be because of the age of those headlights. But they do look, just looking at them here, they look considerably brighter than the old low beams did. However, we can look at the color here, because like I said, the high beam is the basic and the low beam is the ultra. And what I've noticed is the ultra is only about a tad lighter compared to the basic bulb, and on camera it's barely noticeable, if noticeable at all, but I'm looking at it right now with my eyes and I can see that the ultra is a tad, just a tad bit of a cooler white than the basic bulb is. If I zoom in here with the camera, you can see the little blue ring that's right here coming off of the SilverStar Ultra from the blue coating of the headlight bulb. Now it's time to wait for the sun to go down so we can test the effectiveness of these new headlights.
Hello again. After installing the headlights, I decided to give it some time just to test out the longevity of the headlights and see how they're performing after some time. And I gotta say, after about a year or two, they're holding up really well. I have not had to replace them, either the basic or the ultra, and they're just as bright as the day I had first installed them. And I gotta say, I am actually really satisfied with them. They work much better than the old bulbs did. I'm speaking now and remembering how dim those were, and I'm really happy I switched those out for these, because these work a lot better. So if you look over here, you can see the trees are pretty well lit up. And also, I gotta say, I do like the color of them. Now, they are a halogen light, so they're not gonna be that really cool shade of white color that you get on like an HID or an LED headlight. But considering I did not have to do any additional wiring, this, in my opinion, was the way to go, considering cost and ease. It's just obviously a bulb, you just plop it in, and it works perfectly well. Thank you all for checking out the video. If you want more Mazda 3 content, make sure to give the video a like and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.